said, I know Ty wants to get something else. I know he does.
I'm so happy J Rob's here. YouTube, man. You know,
Yeah, Ty, I'm happy to see you too, man.
Rydell,
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, bro.
you're right. Happy New Year. Rydell is very sneaky. See,
I've been told you about this guy.
so what he want? You saw he lumped in your agenda. It was also added fraud. So when I say Bakugo is him, he can then say Aqua was a fraud. That was really his whole thing.
Bakugo is him though. That's the thing.
Listen, I know that. Now, people on the panel don't believe that, but that's why he wanted to lump in the fraud watch thing with this. And it was sad, bro. My agenda is Bakugo is one of them ones. Bakugo is literally him, and not only did he one. Let's talk about the brilliant callbacks in that chapter. The callbacks to him motivating Kirishima about how a hero doesn't fall, which is a callback to All Might still standing. And then, like all y'all can't that was not hard, bro. He literally said, "I can't fall because I need an absolute victory." You know, remember the sweep? He said, "Nothing. I need absolute victory." It's like 4 callbacks in that one moment, bro.
I'm just saying his fist held up into the sky. It's iconic. His own rendition.
And then people that conveniently forget a lot of the major plot points in My Hero. All for One was getting weaker before he ran to Bakugo. That's why people want to discount it. How did he lose? Well, Horikoshi told you niggas how he lost. He lost weaker. Now you don't have to like it.
There's no plot holes.
I don't really get where the confusion is coming from. We know he's getting weaker. That's why he lost. Why are we acting confused?
Why are we acting confused?
Hold up, Hydro.
Come on, bro.
Watch. Now that Shiki can take people's quirks, all of a sudden, don't be sitting there and you're watching freaking Bakugo use it. When it happens, J-Rock, I just want my money. That's all I want.
Tag me.
I just want my money when that happens, J-Rock.
Because you know what else got me really tight though too? And this is how you know the disrespect to Bakugo on his platform was outrageous, Lonnie and Random specifically. Because y'all put up propaganda to go against this guy. Propaganda. Like the fact that we had to argue about, like I'm looking back on it, Ty, the fact that we even had to waste our breath arguing with this guy over the fact that Bakugo was getting one for all. Was absolutely ridiculous. Not only was that ridiculous and that was propaganda.
When he
uses it, even made sense to his
don't be gone that week,
Bakugo has always showed he wanted to win with what he was given. Not that it wouldn't have made sense for that to happen. So much so that I also want you to know, Random.
Did it once in the movie.
I feel like you owe Bakugo an apology. I also
they did it once in the movie.
That this young man was the one, and that Horikoshi might like him more. There might be a possibility this is the real best boy of My Hero, and I'm happy you got to witness that. I hope the panels brought tears to your eyes, because that to me, and I'm willing to stand on my throne about this.
Stand on it.
Bakugo is the number 1 rival in anime. Number 1. I'm conceding the throne. Number 1. How many rivals is beating second strongest in verse? Tell me.
I mean, it doesn't happen. I agree.
Wait. Absolute victory.
I mean, I think Deku's second strongest in verse. But
the fist up. Out of the villains.
Out of the villains.
Out of the villains, second strongest.
I like what you said. I do think you should be like Bakugo, because Bakugo was
Hydro. Sasuke does not clear.
He's a fraud. Bakugo was man enough to apologize to Deku. So I feel like the panel, y'all should be like Bakugo.
Sasuke is a fraud?
Who's a fraud?
Not even
my fault. That's what Lonnie said. Hold on, my fault, Ty. Do your thing.
I just feel like, you know, if Bakugo was man enough to apologize to Deku, maybe you all can be man enough to apologize.
Kai was bad.
What y'all think?
Apologize to Bakugo. I will say I was wrong about Bakugo having all for one. I'll give you that. I'll admit to that.
Y'all were just grasping at straws. Anything to discredit them, and it's okay.
Those eyes were very shaky, though. Those eyes were very shaky. I'll be honest.
See, here's the thing, right? I knew he didn't have it. J-Rob knew he didn't have it because it would make no sense. Y'all were the one.
Made no sense.
You know, it's okay, though.
And that would be bad if he had it.
They'll be so against his character though. Like Bakugo receiving a great power. Like I couldn't even see that for his character, bro.
They did it in the movie. That's kind of canon. That's
the
why I can see
movie's
that.
shaky. But I
Nigga,
mean,
did you say kind of
they
canon?
were right.
Yeah, they decide certain parts are canon, certain parts aren't. I can't. What am I supposed to do
weird.
with that?
Is that they just say they don't use it?
Don't bring it up.
Nah. They did it once. They show
the.
They show. Hey, it's up there. Watch. When that happens, I'm gonna look at every single one of y'all in the face, and I'll be like, "J-Rock, give my money."
Random. That's not gonna happen.
That ain't happening, bro.
That's worse than
random,
my Conqueror's
random.
hockey takes, bro.
We'll
That's not gonna happen.
It's it.
Miles,
But I
you
will
gotta
say
stop
this
with that.
though, Ty is right
Yo, Cam, shut up.
in one thing. Although I didn't plan for this to be like a whole scheme, he is right about one thing. All for one is a fraud. He 100% is a fraud.
I don't think he's.
And we standing on that.
Hold
right?
on.
We standing
Hold
on
on.
that right there.
Let's not lie. All for one lost because of plot, just like Gojo. Look, if he really wanted, he would have clapped up Tokiyami's team in an instant. He would have clapped up All Might in an instant, but he wanted to play with him. And he still would have gotten clapped by Bakugo, but let's be real. All right. He only lost against Endeavor and who else? And Bakugo. That was the only competition for
But
him.
him playing with people is part of his personality.
Yeah, that's his character.
And that's what makes you a fraud.
I'll say, don't everybody lose.
Yeah.
If anybody
Losing because of that makes you a fraud. I stand by
That's
that.
your character.
wait. If anybody loses a fight, they lost to the plot. That's anybody.
Riddell, do you think Kaido's a fraud? That nigga don't dodge. That's his thing.
I
So
think
because,
Kaido
so because
takes
he don't
every
dodge
fight
and he lost, he's a fraud.
But
Like,
based
Kaido
on
is a
what-
fraud, though.
Based on what
Wow.
Jack said, Kaido at
Yo,
least takes
Miles,
every
he dead,
fight
don't
seriously.
Don't dodge.
He don't dodge, but at
everything.
least he takes the full hit in his face
That's
seriously.
actually hilarious.
Nah, he didn't
That's
take
the
that
opposite
Zoro.
of a fraud. That's a real
nigga
nigga right there.
That's a
Like,
real,
yo, whatever you got, I'm gonna take
yeah.
this shit and still beat
Yeah,
your
I
ass.
ain't-
No,
yeah,
that's
I
dumb
ain't
as
dodging
fuck.
shit.
That's dumb as fuck.
Listen,
I
if
know,
you
bro.
drop All for One and JJK, he's giving Sukuna a run for his money until he gets wiped by domain expansion.
Wait,
Who
who?
you talking about? Who you talking about?
All for One versus Sukuna. He'll give him a
That's a
run for his
very-
money.
that's a
He'll
very
pop
bad
domain.
matchup.
Sukuna would beat his ass.
Kuna is
What?
crashing
Sukuna
out.
would beat his ass.
Sukuna needs that domain.
Kuna gonna crash out on him.
Sukuna is
Sukuna
gonna
probably
beat his
I
ass.
don't lie. Sukuna probably is cooking
beat
that
his
dude,
ass.
I'll be
Kuna
honest.
crashing out.
All
He's
for one
about to
might
crash
that whole verse.
into
I'm
a
not gonna
bus.
lie.
Sukuna might, bro. Sukuna and Gojo might. Just be honest. Hey, shout out my boy Yuta too. You know what I'm saying?
Anyways,
Here you go. Here you go with the
Here
YouTube.
you go with that fucking propaganda. That's the propaganda we talking about, J-Rock.
No, we stand with Yuta over here. We stand
Top,
with Yuta.
top
Yuta
rat
the guy.
Yuta. He be sneaking motherfuckers.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He does what he
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
do.
He don't even-
Let
he
the
can't even
dude that
fight head up.
manipulates reality take the hit. That's crazy.
He let my dude tell jokes for 4 weeks to sneak a motherfucker.
Yeah, he
Hey,
stand on
nasty
business.
word.
He handled what he had to handle,
Hey,
bro.
Ty, but I do have one bone to pick with you too, brother.
I do.
Because one thing did come full circle. You remember on the other show that shall not be named because we on the new things? Do you not remember when I told you that All for One, low-key was on some fraudulent timing from the get? And we got into a big argument about that. And I said, I understand where you coming from, but after seeing the way our boy just did him, come on, bro. He's kind of washed.
No.
He's washed, brother.
He was in a time crunch.
He's washed.
Is he a fraud because he just lost a fight?
That's what
I just feel like I never.
Dude
To
just
me, I
had
feel like I
heart
never
surgery,
seen him
Ty.
take a
He
dub.
just
For
had
real,
heart
bro.
surgery.
I don't think he ever really took a dub to me, bro.
Let's not forget that boy got jumped.
That's always been my thing.
Facts. He,
I'm out. First of all, we know
I don't really think he ever took a dub. That was my problem.
We know
Shonen villains are getting jumped.
he's been running through the one for all users for generations. He's been running through them.
He made All Might go
I
back to
understand
America.
that point.
yeah, All
That's
Might
he
the
made
first
that
dude to
point.
stand to him. All Might the first dude to stand to him.
All Might, he killed
All Might
Might.
lost to him,
What are you
though.
talking about?
First
Yeah.
Winning in backstories ain't moving me. I'll be
I
honest. Winning in
understand that part
backstories
because
is
that's
not
the
moving me.
backstory.
What you want to
like,
say?
although we were witnessing,
Nah,
like,
moving me.
it just
Crazy,
movie
bro.
as a
I ain't
whole.
gonna do it.
Backstories
That's
is-
Like I can't really get behind. Like I can't just
But
get
what about
behind.
what about this All Might? So he just didn't he just recently just beat All Might?
You
Yeah.
Cole.
Iron Man.
They're both.
Iron Man?
Oh, the Iron
He
Man.
started.
Iron Man.
You just
Wait,
wait.
Iron Man. No court.
Bro, come on. I already
Bro,
knew.
that
We
was
already knew
Dollar
that
Tree
was
Iron
just
Man
like
if we keep
that
it
was
in a buck.
fire,
That was
bro.
a Dollar
Come on,
Tree
don't
Iron
even-
Man.
Let's not even do that.
He's a fraud because
Let's
he
not
lost-
even do that. That don't really count.
Okay, so he's a fraud because he lost the most powerful quirk of all time.
Say that again.
He's a fraud because he lost to a guy that perfected the most powerful quirk of all time.
What do you mean?
Y'all are saying that he never caught a dub, right?
Yeah.
Bro,
well,
he
that's what
caught dubs in the past, bro, but it's like
no.
What have you done for me lately?
Thank you. Like, I didn't see that. We just know it happened. Like, bro,
he beat
like,
a quirkless Iron Man robot. Bro.
Like, bro, beating Iron Man is not
great
moving
value
me, bro.
Iron Man.
Okay, cool. So y'all are basing.
And I'm not saying he's a whack character. I just didn't feel like he did enough for me.
Y'all basing his whole fraudulence off the one fight he had in Camino. That's the only fight that happened in the current.
I just feel like he never felt like a dominant character.
Crunched those times, to be fair.
That's the only fight that y'all are counting.
My dude turned into a baby, bro.
He did get crunched.
He beat Tokoyami.
What's that turned into a baby?
Let's not forget that.
But
let's not forget a guy that just popped out of heart surgery.
Then we having a different combo.
Y'all are not counting all the people.
You was shook by earphone jack girl, bro.
Y'all are not counting all the people that he fought in this war. So y'all not, for some weird reason. So y'all are only counting the fight he had against All Might and Camino. That's the only fight y'all could.
I keep trying to tell you that the only reason I'm not digging him as a character and never have is because he's never felt dominant to me in this show personally. Like,
I'm not meant to.
It's not his.
But why not? Though?
I
Why
don't know.
Because
his time has passed.
Isn't his whole thing? Is his grand plan is to take over Shigaraki? Like, isn't that his whole grand plan? Don't he got his own agenda?
Correct, but the overarching plan is that his time has passed and it's Shigaraki's time to ascend.
That's a good point.
Now,
I get what he's trying to say. Like, I get
we're not
gonna
get into you because you hold him in a high ass regard.
I'm not mad at that.
I hold him into the regard that he showed throughout the story. All of it, everything is his plan at the end of the day. Shiggy didn't start locking in until later on to the series.
The same way Deku didn't really start locking in until the end of the series.
Okay,
that's true.
That's the whole point, though.
But All Might showed his dominance. Deku showed it later. We're not talking about.
You know what?
We're talking about
All for One kind of reminds me a bit of Orochimaru, and it's not in terms of like levels or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, it just popped up in my head. It just popped up in my head.
Bro? You can't just say that. We gotta.
No, it popped up in my head, like just now, because it's like nigga wants to take over someone's body, Shigaraki. Mm-hmm. Nigga's supposed to be a big bad, but isn't really dominant. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, that's how I feel about it.
At least Sasuke was the one who took out Orochimaru. My man got taken out by Bakugo.
But nobody could beat him.
That's a dude on All Might,
though.
Bro, come on, bro.
Nah, he's not a fraud. Like, he played his role. I just wasn't satisfied in how from him. Like, he didn't mess up the story for me, and I don't know. He just
expected more.
The way he talked,
he's different from Orochimaru to me because other than other than All Might and now Bakugo, nobody could beat him. Orochimaru getting crunched by anybody.
I'm a little bit confused on what Riddell said.
He was really fighting everybody in the war. He was walking through everybody. Not only that, it took All Might losing the rest of his power to win the fight.
True.
He had to go into retirement to win.
True.
Are we being serious, bro?
Yeah, Riddell didn't finish the job at that. He didn't finish the job either.
When it comes to All for One, I think at the end of the day, when it comes to All for One and me, and I already said this before, is that I had more expectation for him, and I don't think he lived up to that at all.
That doesn't make him a fraud, but
can I touch on something you said?
I mean, to be fair, he's a secondary villain.
Yeah, I don't.
He's there.
I just see it differently. At that point, I just see it differently. We can go into it more at a different time in terms of
I just
All for One's role. But Caleb, you were trying to say something?
Oh, because you said you were like Orochimaru died to Sasuke, right? But All for One died to Bakugo. I mean, what's the difference? Aren't they both the protagonists of their own
difference
story?
Is Orochimaru's whole story is connected to Sasuke, and I don't think All for One's entire story is connected to Bakugo. It would be the similar comparison would be All for One losing to Shiggy, which I think would have made a lot of sense.
Didn't they that was the worst hunt one, Bakugo to turn him though?
Huh? What'd you say?
I said, didn't they specifically hunt Bakugo to turn him? Isn't that his connection to them?
Yeah, Shiggy did.
Wasn't it at the orders?
That was All for One's plans, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't that at the like you said? Wasn't that at the orders of All for One?
I mean, they're both connected, but in terms of like immediate connection, in terms of the comparison of the two, it's very obvious that what All for One was doing with Shiggy matches more to what Orochimaru was trying to do with Sasuke.
That's a nasty comparison.
It's not just deuteragonist to
some
deuteragonist.
similarities when you guys were talking. I was just like, huh.
Hey, don't worry, people in the B.S.S chat. We'll have a full episode talking about My Hero when it officially ends, because the manga probably won't be here. Next year's probably it's it. JJK too. Next year, JJK is it as well.
Look at end by the summertime.
Or that as well.
JJK going this year, bro.
How many more chapters does My Hero realistically have left?
I don't see a
Not
lot.
a lot left.
A couple months, what,
maybe
3 months,
15.
almost.
Yeah.
I was gonna say max 20, max 20.
Probably.
Yeah, 15 maybe.
So
That's a big
JJK
record.
and My Hero all ending in the same year. Kind of crazy.
Wait, you think 3 months, Miles? That's like what?
20,
Well,
like
that's
20
what I said,
chapters,
4.
15, 20
10?
chapters.
They're at the last fight.
Four
so
with no breaks would be 16.
like including breaks, that's probably like 12 chapters.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. In an ideal world with no breaks.
I'll go
So
5.
by the end of March,
March,
My Hero is over.
Hell no, not that soon.
No, I'm thinking like July. Like July, it's probably gonna be over.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen,
My bad. I forgot to account for Golden Week and all that.